Race number 5 from Oakstay at Flemington is the listed Century Stakes over the 1,000 metres. Back from an unsuccessful visit to the UK comes Cannonball.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't work out for him over there, did it? They ran him in the King Stands and the Diamond Jubilee, and he finished down the track in one and failed to finish in the other. So not the campaign they were hoping for, but he's been trialling well ahead of his return.
Yep, trialling like he hasn't taken any harm from the visit overseas. The most recent trial was at Rosehill, where he beat the race-fit Cepheus.
Yeah, he did, exactly. And here he is out in front. You'd expect him, wouldn't you, to be running well in these trials, being a fast horse. But as you said, Marto, it's important to see him do this after an overseas campaign, because we know a lot of horses go away and they don't quite come back the same horses. So we'll see with him. He's got to do it on race day, but love the way he's been trialling. 1,000 fresh. I do like sort of first up horses at 1,000. Spacewalk
is flying. Lob's here on a 5-day backup.
Yeah, he does. And look, he was terrific last time out to win over the 6 furlongs here. Prior to that, he just got too far back, was a negative ride and hit the line really well, and then just sort of peaked on the run late. So just comes back to the 1,000 now. That's the only little concern I've got with him. Ashford Street, good winner at Moonee Valley last time out. Just needs to bring that form to Flemington now. Generation's also right in the mix, but happy to go with the fresh horse on the scene in Cannonball.
Brad, just like Tab, it's just a bit soft with bookmakers. It goes 5 out to 7. Best back there is Spacewalk, 370 into 320. Generation, which is Gators on topper, is 650 into 550. Joins NAJEM Suhail, which is solid around that figure on that second line. Then Cannonball, little nibble for a Thelric, 10 out to 11, back into $10. Key Largo, 17 into $15. And Indian Pacific is 17 out to 21 and back into $18 for the Century Stakes. Won last year by Joyful Fortune, beating Zoo Style and Yulong combined. Hal Vorson back for another tilt, one of the year before. Ancestor in 2020. Soothing beat Ball of Muscle in 19. Other winners include the late great Dean Lester's horse, the quarterback, and Lankan Rupee. For the Century Stakes, here's Matt.
Key Largo, the next one along. Blake Shin. And that is just about a full complement as Tommy Berry awaits his charge to go in riderless on the lead. Takes one more turn. One of the outsiders here. On the leaders in. And they're ready. Century Stakes. Set to gallop. Holds them. Signal and away. Away fairly, Aston Rapova, and over on the far side, beginning quickly, was a Thelric with Cannonball, and also Generation. Indian Pacific's blazing the trail up the middle. They were followed by NAJEM Suhail, who leads the division up the outside from Helvorsen, Key Largo, Aston Rapova, Ashford Street as well back, and on the lead is last of the entire group as they reach the 700 metres. Up the middle of the track, it's Indian Pacific leading Generation, Cannonball. NAJEM Suhail's out wider and might be just about in front overall, but leads a splinter group out deep. Back in the field is Helvorsen, Spacewalk, and then came Aston Rapova on the lead, Key Largo and Ashford Street. 250 to go. Indian Pacific with Generation. Then came NAJEM Suhail, a Thelric, and Spacewalk is coming through as well. Then Helvorsen at the 150. Spacewalk went to the front from NAJEM Suhail, and over on the far side, Helvorsen, Spacewalk. NAJEM Suhail is going to have a dip late. Photo might have got up. I think it did get up. NAJEM Suhail from Spacewalk. Then Helvorsen with Generation on the lead at Indian Pacific, a Thelric, Key Largo. Next to finish, Cannonball, Ashford Street, and Aston Rapova. Photo finish. I think it'll win with the rail out and the widest. NAJEM Suhail, it'll win. It's won it by a head from Spacewalk. NAJEM Suhail, Damien Lane for Robbie Griffiths, and Matt de Kock has nailed Spacewalk right on the line. Photo for third, Helvorsen and Generation. That's really close between those in a head bobber. But it's NAJEM Suhail who got close here on Saturday with daring tactics. A little bit different today, leading the division up the outside. And what a terrific finish it was with James McDonald and Damien Lane going stride for stride. Damien using hands and heels in the final 5 strides or so.
And NAJEM Suhail nails Spacewalk at $5, $2, $1.50 for the runner-up. Interest in third, Helvorsen and Generation, numbers 5 and 6 are the two involved. NAJEM Suhail 5 days ago ran a close-up third to Spacewalk and gets revenge this Arvo.
Yeah, he does. A bit more of a conservative ride. He went far too hard the other day. He was a bit keen and wanted to get going, but a bit more conservative. Came from behind Spacewalk this time and was able to nab him right on the line. Spacewalk looked the winner, didn't he? But just NAJEM Suhail able to get him late.
10, 1.